Facebook here and now YouTube. We're bringing a little update about the buyout program tomorrow, and that donations are needed. And we rescue, shelter, and protect as many horses as we can. Sheltering, protecting the horses here and animals, it costs a lot every month, and we have to have the operating budget, and then beyond that, we're able to rescue horses out of the slaughter pipeline. So we're at a point where tomorrow, well actually this evening, we have to be able to say yes to horses. I know that there are like 50 horses that could come in if the funding was available. Now, that would be a lot for what we've all done this month. But the reality is, if we don't save them, they'll be on a truck straight into the slaughter pipeline. I'm really hoping we can at least save 20 to 30 tomorrow, but it really comes down to support from you all. And this little kitten's just adorable. Just adorable.
Don't hold kittens while in meetings with your boss, right?
So, you know, like, we've gotten the quarantine pen ready, we've gotten everything ready. We just need donations to be able to say yes to these horses. And the slaughter pipeline is, I mean, the numbers are staggering. I was looking at the reports. 2 weeks ago, there was 450 horses, I believe, shipped to slaughter. And the week from that, it was 600 and something horses shipped to slaughter in a week. And that means that there's semi-loads of horses are going into Mexico. And that's where we're able to intercept. And I know it's pretty hard as staff here when these trucks and trailers arrive. And I know these ladies know it more than any other.
This is why we hold therapy kittens.
Yes.
To lower our blood pressure.
But like these horses come in these trailers, they would be going to auction, they would be going straight to Mexico in the condition that we see them in. And are we need to be louder?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we gotta talk a little bit louder. You got this.
I'm good.
You can step over closer too if you want. Both of you. So, when they come off and we see these horses in just gut-wrenching conditions, and it's so infuriating, but the reality is these horses were out there for years suffering before they came here, and we're able to step in and give them help, and it's help they would never receive otherwise. And I think we did a lot of the auction rescues and things. He's so cute. There's these horses, and a lot of times I would show pictures after the auction, the ones we couldn't save, and they're like, "You should have told me there was more. We could have saved them." And like this is the message: is if you want us to rescue these horses tomorrow, please make a donation. We can't do it without you. Unfortunately, we don't have a huge budget reserve of just rescue funds, and we can just say yes to all these horses. We're only able to say yes through support from people like yourself donating to help us save one more horse. So, is there anything you'd like to say about the buyout program? Okay.
It is an excellent program that allows Dr. Lee and I, as well as everybody else here, to appropriately save and treat or make last act of kindness calls for the horses that truly need it. And if we really want to beat this whole slaughter pipeline issue, that's the only way we can do it.
We got $50.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank
for the
you.
$50 donation on YouTube. Thank you so much.
Also, somebody asked, how much is the average cost to save a horse?
That's an excellent question. So we pay a flat fee for horses. It's $450, and then it's cheaper for ponies and donkeys. So $450 is what we're offering these horse traders and people, so they don't take them to auction or they don't take them to slaughter. So that's just the purchase price. And then we have all the initial care that we give them on that first day. So on that first day, we're in about $1,000 per horse that we bring into our organization. And that's not the rehab, the quarantine, that's just the initial intake and having a team ready to help them in any capacity that we can. And you know, it takes a lot of money to rescue these horses. I did see some kill buyer drama online. So one of the traders, somebody sent me this, one of the traders purchased a truck and they're like, well, it looks like Horse Plus is paying off, and then they commented back and it got deleted. But that same kill buyer, he ships a lot of horses to Mexico. When we got kicked out of the auction for talking about the horrible cruelty that was happening there, he approached us and he wanted more than the $450 for horses. So it's all a jealousy thing. But I'm glad that the kill buyers are bickering back and forth about our buyout program, because that means it's making a difference. And so if you donate $450, you know that money is going towards rescuing a horse, but it takes about a full $1,000 to get that initial care on that first day here at our facility.
And that's physical exam, radiographs, usually pain meds, sometimes sedation, sometimes fluids, blood work, interpreting the diagnostics.
Yes.
Yeah, and then in a lot of cases, in some cases, it's like Sapphire had surgery the next day. Obviously, not every case does, but
We have that ability.
We do have that ability, but it's, you know, if you added those things up at a veterinary clinic, it would be way over that.
Yeah.
Over that.
Someone asks,
Yeah.
how many horses are currently here at our facility?
So I believe that we have about 80 here currently, and it is a lot, but we have adoption programs and transfers set up, so we have a lot that just came out of quarantine. And I know we've rescued huge numbers of horses from the buyout program, but a lot of these horses that we're intercepting have been abused and neglected for so long that they need the last act of kindness. And I know there was one buyout, I think with the 77 horses, like 40 of those horses needed the last act of kindness. And that is something that a lot of people are like, that's a staggering amount of horses. And absolutely it is. All of them would have been slaughtered and brutally killed. We're able to rescue them here and give them a full veterinarian evaluation by 2 veterinarians. Like, I know you guys are constantly talking to each other and bouncing it off, making sure these decisions that are being made are the right ones for the horses. And
Quality of life is critically important. It is our job to do no harm, and sometimes letting an animal go is absolutely the only choice that you can make. And in so many cases it is, but it's tough.
when they're suffering, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of cases like we're able to fix, and though it takes months, and so sometimes people are like jumping on, well, they euthanized a horse that had founder. Well, it was a very advanced case of founder. The horses that we're able to save, that, you know, say they have founder, it takes months down here. It's not a decision that's made up in quarantine. We're making decisions off of x-rays, diagnostic equipment, and we don't want to prolong suffering. And so, you know, if we rescue, you know, say 30 horses tomorrow, there could be 15 that need the last act of kindness. And that's one way we're able to keep rescuing these large number of horses from the slaughter pipeline, is because these horses would be going ultimately to their death, a horrible, brutal death, days without food and water down to Mexico. And we can intercept them and do everything we can for them. But it is very hard. It's hard, but it's very important, because for every horse that I don't know, I look at it as like a lot of these older horses, this was somebody's pet. This was some little girl's prize horse, and she is not there to advocate for her horse because maybe her parents gave her horse away, like, we don't know. And we're stepping in to be there for that horse and give it the comfort and everything it needs. But love these questions coming in. Is there any others that have come in?
Where are we located?
We are located in Hohenwald, Tennessee, which Hohenwald, Tennessee is a very unique place. Has the world's largest horse shelter and also a huge elephant sanctuary.
Elephant retirement home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're an hour and a half southwest of Nashville.
Do we have any coming in through Facebook questions or?
Swipe. You can look through there.
So, anyways, we just wanted to bring this to you, and the donation links are in the description of these videos, and we give it everything we can to help as many horses as we can, and we can only do that through support, because we're not going to rescue horses if we're like financially, this is like, we don't have money to save them, because that would be totally not a responsible thing to do. So we have to be able to know, like, financially we can say yes to these horses, and we'll say yes to as many horses as we can this evening. And you know, I mean, ideally we say yes to 30. What was that? Louder. People are having a hard time hearing us. I think it's that fan up there.
Oh,
Probably.
I don't know how to turn that
I
off.
think it's just always going. But we're just extremely grateful for your support. You make everything we do here possible, and we can't do it without you. So please watch for updates, and please click those donation buttons so we can say yes to horses that would otherwise be going to entering the slaughter pipeline.